mistakes? Well, I do. And maybe you can learn from one of the mistakes I made a long time ago. It was on a New Year's Eve, and I was headed out to pick up my girlfriend at the time. I was wearing a tuxedo because we were going to this fancy high-class gala for our office party. Everybody was getting all dolled up, and I was no exception. And I was running late, and what I learned was, if you decide you want to take the trash down, the trash bag, when you're headed to your car, you want to make sure that you don't have your car keys, your entire set of keys in your hand, the same hand with the trash bag when you fling that trash bag into the dumpster. And why is that? Well, for a few reasons. One reason is you don't want to have to climb into the dumpster wearing your tuxedo. There's a few reasons for that. One reason is because there's a very good chance that you're going to get this greenish yellow dumpster slime up and down your tuxedo when one of the other trash bags pops open. And you look much better with your tuxedo perfectly clean than you do when you have this nasty dumpster sludge on it. And another thing about this dumpster sludge, it can have a smell about it, a stink, a stench even. And this stench can get transferred to you, your tuxedo, and to you. And you don't want to have a stench about you when you're going to a fancy high-class gala. That's kind of a given. Another reason you don't want to have to climb into the dumpster when you're wearing your tuxedo is because you can slip as you're climbing up there and bang your elbow on the top of the dumpster, and it can hurt like hell, which is what happened in my case. It hurt like hell. And you can also tear a rip in the jacket, the sleeve of the jacket of the tuxedo, and a big rip like this, making you look more like a homeless guy than somebody that should be going to a fancy high-class gala. And it can also, you can hurt the elbow. You can bang a hole in your elbow, rip a hole in your elbow, making you bleed severely enough so that it's soaking through the shirt and through the jacket, making you look more like somebody who should be going to an emergency room than should be going to a fancy high-class gala. Now, let's get back to some of the main reasons you don't want to throw your keys into the dumpster. One of the main reasons is most dumpster areas are not well lit. They're very dark. Most dumpsters are not equipped with track lighting, and this dumpster that I'm talking about was very dark. And what's going to happen is you're going to end up looking for your keys with your hands more than with your eyes because it's so dark. You're going to be reaching around in this dumpster. And the more trash bags there are, say it's like half full, like it was in my case, the more chance there is that you're going to get this greenish, slimy, stinky sludge up and down your legs and even into your shoes and your socks and your shoes, and that's not good. That's bad. Now, I had a flashlight, but I couldn't use it. I couldn't use the flashlight for two reasons. One, the flashlight, I kept it in the kitchen sink, up in the cabinet, right underneath the sink, where I would know where it was if I ever needed it. And number two is the keys to my apartment were in this dark dumpster area, making my flashlight completely inaccessible and therefore useless. I know one of the main reasons you don't want to throw your keys in the dumpster is that it can tend to make you late, especially if you were cutting it close to begin with. Now, you can call your girlfriend, as I did with my girlfriend at the time, but it can be a tricky phone call to make because, especially if you just told her a few minutes before, you said, don't get on the party bus, don't get on the company party bus with all your friends and your coworkers because I want you to go with me. So that's going to be a tricky call to make. And another thing, it's a tricky phone call to make if you get lousy cell reception in the garage area, the dumpster garage area. What you can do is you can walk outside the garage area to make the phone call, but that could be a problem because you have to remember. You got to remember that the key to get into the garage is on the keychain, which is, as you know, in the bottom of the dumpster, and that's going to be a problem. And also the phone call itself is going to be hard to make because it's not like you can tell your girlfriend, it's not like you can say, listen, I'm running late, I'm going to be 10 minutes late, and I'll see you in a bit. All right? You can't do that because you have no idea. You don't have any idea. The phone call has to be more like this. Hey, baby, listen, I got a problem. Yeah, I got a problem. Listen, I don't know when, if ever, I'm going to be able to be there. I'll tell you why. Because the key to my car is on my keychain, and the keychain is I threw all my set of keys into the dumpster. And the dumpster and the keys, the dumpster's inside the garage, as you know. But I'm locked outside the garage. I can't even get into the. I'm locked outside of all that. So I don't know what to tell you. Another thing that can happen is your phone can go dead while you're talking to her. You don't even know the last thing she heard. Maybe all she heard was "Hey baby," or maybe she heard "My keys are in the dumpster," and then the phone went dead. You don't know. Anyway, there's a bit more to the story, but I'm going to stop it there. You know the saying that all's well that ends well? Well, this did not end well. That was the night that my girlfriend at the time went from being my girlfriend to being my girlfriend at the time. Well, that's that. Thanks for watching. I hope you come back. I hope you'll think about subscribing and following and all that stuff.